Mari the world.
Hi guys, it's Mari, and this is my friend Jordan.
こんにちは。
こんにちは. Hi, we're gonna talk only English because today is all about him. Yay! So, I'm gonna explain briefly what I'm gonna do now. So first thing first. So I'm gonna introduce my friend Jordan to everyone. And after that, we're gonna go on to the interview part. There are 5 questions I'd like to ask to my friend Jordan, and he's gonna answer to my questions.
Hey.
Okay, so I'll let you introduce yourself, Jordan. こんにちは。
こんにちは、マリさん。
こんにちは, Jordan.
So nice to see you again. I'm so excited to be here. Honestly, I've never been interviewed before.
I'm gonna ask you a simple question first. Where are you from?
Okay, I'm from the UK.
UK? Igiris? Cool. So which part of England are you from?
So I'm originally from Plymouth, which is in South England.
Yeah.
Right now I'm living further up north in a big city called Manchester. Very, very big city. A little bit smaller than London. You've been to Manchester, haven't you? And Plymouth, Mari?
Yes, I've been to both Plymouth and Manchester. Yeah, I think lots of Japanese people know about Manchester because of Manchester United, the soccer team. So you're originally from Plymouth, but at the moment you are living in Manchester.
Yes, that's right. Not for much longer though. I'm going to be moving back to Plymouth.
Oh, how long has it been since I talked to you last time? Can't remember.
Talking voice to voice, that's probably when you came up to visit Manchester, which was probably
last year.
October. Yeah, last year in October.
September, just before my visa expired.
Yes, I remember. I was so keen to meet up with you that I caught you 20 minutes before your train left.
Yeah, it was funny. I was on my way to the Lake District, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to catch the train from Manchester to Windermere or somewhere. I can't remember. And then I messaged you like I was coming up to Manchester for a day or so, and then we decided to catch up.
Yeah, I remember after I was at work, and then as soon as it ended, I was walking so quickly to get to the station.
You know, it was only... surprised. You made it really quick.
Thank you.
So September last year, and it's August. Wow, time flies.
Oh, so it's been about a year then. Ooh.
It's been about a year. Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, Jordan has been learning Japanese for many years, but we're going to talk about it in the interview part. Okay, cool. So the other thing I'm curious about is that, of course, the lockdown situation in the UK, has it been over? Not yet?
No,
oh my God.
I know. You're very lucky because you're in New Zealand. And
sorry.
I remember I saw it in the news, New Zealand lockdown pandemic over. And I was really happy for you because I thought, oh, that's brilliant because, now you can do whatever you like. But no, in the UK, it's still...
I heard that the lockdown was extended, but didn't really expect it's still on.
Sorry. So the lockdown has, for the moment, it's been relaxed. So it's not full lockdown, but some areas like Manchester have had a few lockdown measures reimposed. So
sorry, what does it mean?
So that means they brought it in again. Some of the lockdown measures have been brought in again. Yeah, they've been reapplied. So
basically what you're saying is some areas like Manchester, lockdown is still applied?
Yeah, but not in full lockdown. It's certain things.
So it's not as strict as the original lockdown?
No, not as strict. I mean, they are saying there might be a second lockdown. Oh, I hope not. I don't want another lockdown.
Oh no. Okay, so you are still kinda during the lockdown.
Sort of, yeah.
Sort of.
I mean, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. So, that's funny because I was gonna ask you another question, which is, how are you doing during lockdown? Because I assume that it was already over. Maybe you can tell me about like your experience with the first strict lockdown.
Yeah, sure. It was a very, very strange experience. So we weren't. I mean, we were allowed outside just for a little bit of exercise. So we couldn't do very much. So all the shops were closed, all the restaurants were closed, the offices and everything were closed. If you went into the main city centre, it was deserted. There were no people about. Very, very quiet. It was very, very strange. And there were police about actually. So there were police walking down the streets.
Checking if there are people around.
Yeah, exactly. So it was very, very strange. But so we all had to have fun at home, basically.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty much same as what happened in New Zealand.
Yeah. But of course, you used that opportunity to make videos, didn't you? Start learning how to make videos. So you got something good out of it, didn't you?
Sorry?
You gained something from the lockdown.
I gained something from the lockdown. Sorry, I didn't catch what you said. Yeah,
that's okay.
I did. Yeah. I did gain something from out of lockdown.
Yeah, but you love making the videos, don't you? And editing them. You like doing that quite a lot. Is that right?
Yeah, that is my passion at the moment.
Oh, that's excellent. Brilliant.
Okay, speaking of passion, I'd like to know what you like to do in your spare time.
But I suppose really my biggest passion is probably music. And
I remember also, you told me about it during lockdown.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's very, very fun. And of course, as we're going to talk about, Japanese language as well is a huge passion of mine.
Yeah. Cool. I want to explain like how we met initially.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell about my side first, and then you can tell me your side too. So it was last year. I think it was in April. So I was doing working holiday from 2018 to 19. I was in England, and then in between my contract, I was traveling from Southampton, which is down south, to Penzance, which is to west coast. Is it correct?
Yes, it's southwest.
Yeah, down west. Yeah, roughly the distance between Tokyo and Nagoya. So it's a quite long distance. Anyway, I started from Southampton, and not far from there, there's a town. Can I say city or town?
City.
City, sorry, my mistake. So it's city, not town, for the record. So there was a city called Plymouth, where Jordan is from, like he said in the beginning. And one day I was on the bus. It was early morning, wasn't it?
Yes, I was on my way to work.
Yeah, you're on your way to work, and then I was on my way to Airbnb to drop off my suitcase or something, whatever. Anyways, I saw Jordan. Of course, back then I didn't know his name, but I saw Jordan on the bus. He was sitting in front of me. And then I didn't mean to peep him, but I saw him was on the phone, being on the phone, and then there was an app, and then which app, the app was about learning Japanese, which caught my eyes, caught my attention. I was like, what? like I never see any British in England who study Japanese on the app. So I was so excited in a moment. And then the next moment, I was talking to him, tapping his shoulder. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's exactly correct. So yeah, I was using an app to go over some Japanese flashcards, to revise some Japanese flashcards. Yeah, and you were brave enough to tap me on the arm, and because that.
How did you feel about it? Like, did you find it odd?
No, I loved it. Good. Because for ages and ages, seriously, for ages, I've always wanted. This is going to sound so stupid, but you know, I was on my app, and I just thought, I wonder if one day, you know, a Japanese person might notice this and might say, "Oh, hi, you know, you're learning Japanese. I'm Japanese." And I couldn't believe it. You know, on that morning, that's exactly what happened. You know, you tapped me.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding. Seriously,
you're not making it up.
I'm not making it up. No.
Oh wow.
No, seriously, for years and years and years. You know,
wow.
And no, seriously, I got off the bus to walk the last bit to work. And honestly, I was like, I was so happy. I was just absolutely over the moon. I was over the moon happy.
Over the moon is a good expression.
I was, I phoned someone up and I was like, you never guess what just happened. You know,
really?
Yeah, seriously, I was so happy. And honestly, for the whole rest of my day at work, I was in a very good mood because I was.
You're so sweet. In Japan, where I'm from, Tokyo.
Yeah.
It doesn't normally what happens. Like, it doesn't normally happen. Like, talking to a stranger on a public transit. That's not something happens in a daily life. So I was like, there was a moment. Should I talk to him, or maybe he finds me strange? So maybe should I not do it? So there was like struggle. So I'm really happy to hear that. We decided afterwards, actually on the bus. Just before you got off the bus, we exchanged our contact, and then we decided to have a drink afterwards, which was absolutely lovely.
After work, that is, not before work.
No, not before work. For the record, no. Anyways, that's how we met for the first time. I will probably insert the photo we took at the pub.
Brilliant. Yes, I've still got those photos.
Of course.
Love them.
You do, yeah. Right, Jordan has been actually studying Japanese for many years. So, Jordan, how many years have you been studying for?
So over 10 years now. So
10 years.
Probably maybe 11, perhaps.
That's quite a long time.
Yes, it is quite a long time. I mean, there were 2 years when I was at university where I had to stop because I was studying for a degree, and there was a lot of work.
Right. So yeah, I can imagine. So if you exclude those 2 years, would it be like 9 years? Or
in total, I'd say.
That's cool. And then, if I remember correctly, you said you've never been to Japan, have you?
No, it's a funny joke. No, not yet. One day.
Yeah, I can't actually wait to ask you more questions about your studying experience. Shall we go now?
Yes, of course, that's fine.
Cool. Okay, so my first question for you is that simple. What made you study Japanese in the first place?
Okay, so so like lots and lots of learners of Japanese, I had an interest in it, in the culture before I started. So lots of people love anime, and lots of people love Japanese music, and lots of people love some people love manga as well. So that is actually what causes a lot of people to want to learn Japanese. So for me, it was it was an anime called Cardcaptor Sakura, or
Cardcaptor Sakura, ne? So like, was it random? Did you have opportunity to be introduced Cardcaptor Sakura, or was it randomly came to your life?
Randomly. So it showed the English dub. So that's the English version. They showed it on children's TV, on a children's TV channel.
So it's not like on YouTube back then, but you saw it on TV.
Yes, and honestly, I was an enormous fan. They called it card captors. That was the English name.
That's cool. Right. So my second question, are you ready?
Yes, sure.
Which I already asked by accident, is that how many years have you been studying Japanese for? And you said in the beginning 10 to 11 years. Well, maybe 9 years. Yeah, yes. If you excuse those times when you're busy at uni.
In fact, I had to drop it for 2 years during university. I mean, you know, I started again the day after I graduated, actually. So I already had, you know, the beginner's textbook.
Yeah.
You know.
Which one you were using? Reminds me. Genki?
It was called Japanese for Busy People.
What a catchy title.
I know. What would that be in Japanese? That would be Isogashi hito no tame no Nihongo, I think. So Japanese for busy people, I think. You know, yeah, so I started all over again. And the good thing was, because I'd learned it already, it didn't take long to pick it up again. So I think, although it's very, very easy to forget languages if we don't use them, learning them again, it doesn't take very long because we've already learned it once. So we pick it
it's
up very
something
quickly.
like learning instrumental, piano, for example.
Yeah. So people who stop learning the piano but then go back to it, you know, they pick it up quicker than someone who's never learned it
that's
before.
very interesting. What do you call that? Like muscle memory?
Yeah, I think so. So it's, you know, the memory is buried deep within. It's in there. You know, you don't have to start all over again, which is quite nice.
Yeah, I'm so happy you picked up Japanese again after like day after graduation. You're like, okay, now I'm done with uni. Now I can go back to whatever I like to study.
That's exactly what happened. So, you know, it's going to sound terrible, but when I was at university, I mean, I couldn't wait for it to be over. I'd had enough by the end of it. I was like, oh, I'm finished with this. And
I can imagine, like, not necessarily all the subjects you study at the uni are fun. So where were we? Although there were 2 years gap during uni, it's really surprising that fact. You are determined to go back to study, and you did it. And since then, you've been doing it continuously.
Yeah. I mean, it's well, I mean, it's to be honest, because I put a lot of time into learning it and into revising it and practicing it. I think it's become like a small part of my life, I think. You know, and you know, Japanese, it might not be enjoyable for everybody, but you know, if you can find something that you are passionate about and that you absolutely love.
Totally. Not necessarily learning language. I want to ask you more about your experience with learning Japanese.
Okay.
So my third question is like,